everybody. I'm Cassidy, one of your Indianapolis Colts cheerleaders, and you're watching the Believe in Colts podcast.
What's going on, Colts Nation? I'm Lawrence Owen, back with you again for another Believe in Colts. And it was roster cut day yesterday. Today we got practice squad. And I'm going to tell you, if there is an RPO roster in the NFL that is perfectly designed for that, it's the Indianapolis Colts. Holy crap. Could you imagine? I could see a lot of 14 out of this roster right now, 14 personnel. I mean, honestly, I was joking earlier this past offseason with some friends of mine saying, man, we got the tight ends. Maybe we'll end up running a 5 personnel. That legitimately could happen with the roster we have currently right now. There's a lot of you out there that is incredibly confused and or upset with the roster that we have right now after the practice squad and current 53. I understand it is confusing, and it is something that a lot of us have really not ever seen before. I mean, we have 3 wide receivers on the roster currently. 3. We did have 4. But then when we picked up 3 people from the waiver wire, they let go of Isaiah McKenzie, right? We're going to get into that here very shortly. But before I do, I need to remind everybody that BetOnline is your number one source for all your betting needs. Get the latest lines and matchup reports for baseball, boxing, golf, NFL, and more. BetOnline continues to be the fastest and easiest way to place your wagers, including live betting and your favorite casino and card games available to play right from your phone. Just head to the website or use your mobile device to sign up today and get in on the action. Remember to use the promo code BELIEVE, that's BLEAV, to receive your 50% welcome bonus on your first deposit. Bet Online, where the game starts. All right. Now, first off, a lot of you was upset about the Darius Rush signing, or technically non-signing, right? To get rid of Darius Rush. But you got to remember who we have on the team right now. We have Darrell Baker, who is the starter. Dallas Flowers, who's the other outside starter, right? Juju Brents, Jalen Jones, Kenny Moore, and then the last one was Tony Brown. And a lot of you were like, why did we keep Brown over Rush? Tony Brown's a special teamer. Generally, rosters only keep 6 guys, 6 on the roster. Well, that's what the Colts have, right? Actually, yeah, the Colts have 6 cornerbacks on the roster right now. They generally do that. It makes sense. Of the rookies, apparently, Gus Bradley was least impressed with Darius Rush over Juju Brents and Jalen Jones. So it makes sense why Darius Rush was let go and the other 6 were kept. Okay? If you really think about it. Yes, they're still inexperienced, but having a rookie, is it going to help with that? Right? Is it going to help with the inexperience? Were the Colts hoping maybe he would make it through waiver wires to get on the team? There's a possibility. I mean, I'm sure they were thinking of that, but they didn't quite make it through waivers as the Kansas City Chiefs, who won the Super Bowl, which means they were the last team to be able to pick up anybody from waiver wires list, picked him up. So he nearly slipped through, but didn't. All right. The other thing that a lot of Colts fans was upset about and was like, what is going on here, is the Colts originally kept only 4 wide receivers and 5 tight ends. 5. Now, after today's action, where we picked up 3 people from the waiver wire and let go of Isaiah McKenzie, we have 3. And let me introduce you to the 3 wide receivers the Colts have. That's Michael Pittman Jr., Alec Pierce, and rookie Josh Downs. I'm a little shocked personally about the Isaiah McKenzie thing because I like Isaiah McKenzie as, say, a returner, to go with Dallas Flowers. But it is what it is. I thought that Isaiah McKenzie would bring that extra oomph. But I don't understand 3 wide receivers. We have 5 on the practice squad. We'll get into that in a moment. But 5 tight ends, right? We have 5 tight ends. Yes. But the good thing about that is here's the honest thing. Think about it. When you're running an RPO system, you don't want the defense to know whether you're passing or running. So the best thing to do is have guys on the field that not only can block well, but can also catch and make mismatches. Well, at tight end, we have lots of people that can do that. Between Mo Alley-Cox, Kylan Granson, Will Mallory, Drew Ogletree, and Jelani Woods, those 5 guys are mismatches. Every single one of them are a mismatch against any defense going up, right? Drew Ogletree and Kylan Granson and Mo Alley-Cox are considered to be good blockers. I understand a lot of you are like, well, last year Mo didn't do a very good job. Well, a lot of Colts players last year had down years. So we'll hold off on that for a moment, see how he returns from injury this year if he comes back from it. But Granson and Ogletree, very good blockers. Granson, in my opinion, best tight end on this team overall, all the way around, right? Jelani Woods, mismatch like crazy, right? Will Mallory's that rookie that really shined through preseason, okay? So we're definitely keeping him. Now, so having 5 tight ends, would any of these guys make it to the practice squad? Well, Mo Alley-Cox couldn't make it to the practice squad. He doesn't qualify. Kylan Granson, no way, right? Drew Ogletree, maybe. But the fact that Drew Ogletree performs so well and he's such a big target and can block, you want him on the team to be able to utilize him. Jelani Woods, there's no way on God's green earth he's making, because he's got a little bit of notoriety already just from last year. So that's the situation the Colts were in. I understand why they keep 5 tight ends. Could you imagine running an RPO system, 3 tight ends, 1 wide receiver, 1 running back? You wouldn't know what to do. If the Colts ran it, you got 3 tight ends to be able to block, right? The running game. If they passed it, you got 3 mismatches at tight end. So this is a very good setup, in all honesty, for Shane Steichen and Anthony Richardson. This is going to be interesting and innovative going into this year. Is it going to be good? Well, I don't know. I don't know. We're going to have to just kind of hold back and wait and watch and see what happens, because generally the NFL is about, being innovative and doing something new, not copying someone else. It's a copycat league, ladies and gentlemen, right? And whoever is on the spear point of being innovative is the team that usually has the most success. Those that copy will only have a success to so far end. Shane Steichen, to me, seems like he's trying to be the spear point of innovating a new type of offense. And I'm for it. I'm for it. Let's see what happens. Let's see this. All right. I'm not saying that we're going to be good, but it's definitely going to be interesting and possibly exciting this upcoming season. So let's get into the rest of the team, right? Let's check out the practice squad, right? The practice squad is interesting. We got Liam Anderson, a linebacker from Holy Cross. Henry Black, who made a lot of plays, the safety from Baylor, made a lot of plays during the preseason games. Marcel Dabo, the safety, also never even went to college, right? But we all heard of him. Jake Funk, very glad that he made it onto the practice squad. I was almost hoping he'd make it on the team. I figured Funk would make it before, right, the former Cardinal would. And guess what? At least Funk is on the practice squad. Rodney Harrison Jr., safety from Alabama. That's 3 safeties. That you heard me right. 3 safeties. Jason Huntley, another running back that looked interesting in preseason. DJ Montgomery, the wide receiver out of Austin Peay. Al-Qadim Muhammad amazingly made the practice squad, defensive end out of Miami. How in the world he was even eligible is beyond me, but apparently he is. Donovan Mooten, the linebacker out of Houston. Amari Rogers made it. The wide receiver out of Clemson made the practice squad. Caleb Sampson, the defensive tackle from Kansas. Dan Skipper, the giant 6'9" tackle that we saw in preseason. That guy, he made it to the practice squad. Michael Strawn, wide receiver, number 17, showed some flashes this preseason and in training camp. He makes it to the practice squad as well. Isaac Taylor Stewart, cornerback out of Southern California. Kevin Tolliver, the cornerback out of Louisiana State. I saw some good stuff out of him as well this past offseason during the training camp and preseason. And then, of course, Jawan Winfrey, the wide receiver out of Colorado, who showed some stuff as well this preseason. So that is your practice squad. Curious, what are your thoughts, right? You don't see a guard on there, right? There's no guards on the practice squad, but there is a tackle, and he's a big boy. I don't expect Skipper to ever make to play guard. You don't want a 6'9" guard standing in your vision of your quarterback, okay? Tackles, that way they're kind of outside on the edges. You don't want them blocking the field of vision right in front of them. So just FYI. So let's get in right now. We're still kind of curious on this whole guard thing, right? I don't know. Right now, our backup guards, Arlington Hambright and Carter O'Donnell. Now, Carter O'Donnell is a swing guard tackle. He can play both. All right. He played decently in the Eagles game in preseason against a bunch of backups, which, is what it is. But Will Fries, right? I'm curious. Will Fries. He's the starter, but he's been injured. Same with not Quentin Nelson, Ryan Kelly. Now, they're good. I've seen them practice. I like what I've seen, right, during practices and preseason. I think that they said that they would have been able to play last week had that been an actual season game, but they wanted them to get healthy for the regular season, so I completely understand that. I do. I understand it. Now, running backs. We have three running backs. Zach Moss, Deion Jackson, Evan Hall. Yeah, those are your running backs. And Zach Moss has still got a broken freaking arm. So the only two active running backs we have on the team is Evan Hall and Deion Jackson. Wow, right? Jonathan Taylor's on the PUP. Zach Moss is dealing with a broken arm. We got two running backs and three wide receivers on the roster that's healthy. Huh. That's interesting to say the least. But we got to remember, this is Shane Steichen's offense. Everyone wants to blame Chris Ballard. Oh, well, Ballard is the one that's ultimately in charge of releasing people and stuff like that. Well, yeah, he is. He's the guy. He's the cut man. He's got that job that's very, very, people are like, oh, I hate having that job. He's that dude. But the guy who makes the decisions on the 53-man roster when it comes to cuts to get that to design his team is the head coach, especially a first-year head coach. The GM is going to give him all the leeway. So what happens is Shane Steichen, and since he's in charge of the offense, he's going to get together with Gus Bradley, or did get together with Gus Bradley, was like, Gus, who do you want to keep on defense, right? You got so many, so much personnel, whether it's 26 or whatnot, to keep on the defense. Who are you wanting to keep? And then he takes those names, he collects them with the names that he has for the offense, hands them to Chris Ballard, and Ballard then takes those names and makes it happen, right? Yes, Chris Ballard is responsible for cutting the guys, but really the person who makes the 53-man roster is your head coach, okay? That is the guy who is honestly in charge of making that 53-man roster. Ballard's biggest thing is addition, right? It's addition. He's the guy that goes out and signs guys or drafts guys, makes the final pull on those decisions. But when it comes to the 53-man roster, Shane Steichen He may not be the final say, but he basically is. Okay. Even though Chris Ballard is the one out there making doing the hard part of letting people go. So it is what it is, man. Either way, this team is going to be incredibly interesting. I don't know if it's going to be something that we've ever seen anything like before. Have we ever seen anything like this before? I don't know, right? We got linebackers on the team, right? Zaire Franklin, obviously on the team. Shaquille Leonard on the team. Cameron McGrone, which is interesting. Saguna Luby and EJ Speed and Grant Stewart. Really happy, but we all knew that Grant Stewart was going to make the team, right? We all knew that. He's a special teams ace. I'm surprised Luby made the team, in all honesty. Could have, I don't know. But, you got 3 positions for linebackers generally. We got 6 linebackers. That's 2%. That's 1 plus a backup. One of them's a special teamer. Now, technically, we have 7. If you want to count Luke Rhodes, he is the long snapper, but he is technically a linebacker. Okay. So, if you want to look at it in that general vicinity, holy crap. We also have 5 defensive tackles. All right. But we don't now. I'm sorry. McTelvin Ajim was let go to make room for practice squad waiver wire additions. Taven Bryan, DeForest Buckner, Eric Johnson, Grover Stewart. There you go. Your defensive ends, Samson Ibukam, Taekwon Lewis, Dio Odengbo, Kwity Paye, yes. And the rookie, Adetomiwa. Adebawore, I think is how it's pronounced. I'm not good at saying it. I haven't said it enough. Okay, I haven't said it enough. In all honesty, let's go look at the safeties. I don't know if you know, but we do have 4 safeties, and to me, these 4 safeties were no-brainers. Julian Blackman, Nick Cross, Trevor Denbo, and Rodney Thomas II, right? Those are your 4. Trevor Denbo, for the most part, again, right? Special teams, big special teams ace. Big special teams ace. We do have 3 tackles. Don't forget the swing tackle that we have as well. But the 3 tackles are Blake Freeland, Braden Smith, and Bernard Ryman. So that is your 100% roster. I am kind of excited. Now, this is subject to change. It's still early. There might be some signings. I don't expect the Colts to walk in to week 1 with 3 damn wide receivers. Okay? I don't expect it. Could it happen? Would it be shocking and amazing at the same time? Yes, because I would love to see how that game plan works out, right? But currently, right now, that's what we're looking at. 3 wide receivers, 2 running backs, 5 tight ends. Okay? It's going to be fun to watch coming up here soon. Let me know in the comments what you think of this roster. And are you going to give them the benefit of the doubt when it comes to Shane Steichen designing this to fit his vision of the team that he wants to put on the field, right? That's the thing, because that's what's the biggest important, in my opinion. You like Shane Steichen, you think he's innovative. My question, there is a big question of the whole, he said, pass the score, run to win, right? You're passing the score with 5 tight ends and 3 wide receivers. Could work, though. It could work. Our tight ends had some of the best plays in preseason, right? We'll find out. But right now, I think that's going to do it for this episode of Believe in Colts, brought to you by Bet Online. I'm Lawrence Owen, and as usual, go Colts.
Do you believe?